Is the NHS at risk of losing its soul? Jeremy Corbyn accuses Keir Starmer of betraying the NHS with private sector expansion. Former Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has accused Sir Keir Starmer of betraying the National Health Service, NHS, by expanding its reliance on the private sector, a move Corbyn warns will erode the core principles of the health service. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive all that is new and support the video by liking. Thank you for your continued support. In an article for The Independent, Corbyn criticized the Labour leader for what he described as abandoning working-class voters through broken pledges. This marks one of Corbyn's first major public statements on domestic policy outside the Middle East crisis. The criticism follows Starmer's recent announcement that private hospitals will deliver up to 1 million additional appointments, scans, and operations annually to help address long NHS waiting lists. The initiative involves allocating £2.5 billion a year to private operators, aiming to ensure that no patient waits longer than 18 weeks by 2029. Corbyn likened the move to controversial policies under Tony Blair's Labour government, which also utilized the private sector in healthcare. He argued that expanding private involvement undermines the NHS's foundational purpose of providing universal healthcare free at the point of use. In his article, Corbyn warned against cherry-picking, where private providers take on simpler cases while leaving complex ones to the NHS, potentially exacerbating inequalities in healthcare access. He also accused Starmer's Labour of abandoning working-class voters, referencing policy decisions such as maintaining the two-child benefit cap and cutting winter fuel allowances. Corbyn said these moves represent one broken pledge at a time, and cautioned the Labour Party against losing sight of its principles. Corbyn wrote, "People in this country are disillusioned by a two-party system that thrives on despair. Politicians may regret spending their lives convincing their constituents that nothing will change. Instead, they should inspire some hope that a more equal world is possible. Perhaps they could start with defending a British institution to be proud of, an NHS that is public, universal, and free for all." He linked public dissatisfaction with the NHS to a rise in support for far-right figures, a topic also addressed by Starmer, who recently criticized Elon Musk for amplifying far-right agitators like Tommy Robinson. Corbyn suggested that government failures to address NHS concerns contribute to public disillusionment, fueling support for extremist ideologies. Corbyn, who was suspended from Labour in 2020 following his response to an anti-Semitism report, won re-election as an independent candidate in 2024, retaining his Islington seat against a Labour opponent.